Are Dallas home prices dropping? This is a question I get asked daily, and the answer is, it depends. Dallas County is big, so there's no one-size-fits-all answer. So in this video, we'll be covering all of Dallas County, both city and zip code. We're looking for trends, which cities and zip codes are the hottest if you're maybe a seller looking to get top dollar, or if you're a buyer or investor in the market, which cities and zip codes are the coolest, where might you be able to get a good deal. We'll also be tracking mortgage rates as well as mortgage purchase application data. That's how many people are applying for mortgages, as that's our best leading indicator of what demand is going to look like 30 to 90 days from now. We'll be looking at things like median list price, days on market, how many homes had price decreases, and inventory. Hello, my name is Michael. I'm a real estate agent here in the Dallas area. If you're looking to make a move in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every one of these yellow dots and then some find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All my info is in the description below. Okay, today is April 24th. Let's see what the data is telling us this week. Let's start with mortgage rates. Last week, we saw an increase from 6.34 all the way up to 6.61. And we're starting this week off at 6.66. As I've said, in general, the closer we get to 7% rates, the less people will be applying for mortgages, but once we get 6.5% or under, that seems to be where the demand is to get buyers applying. In line with that theory, as you can see here, rates above 6% last week resulted in a 10% drop in mortgage applications. Contrast that to the previous week where rates were at 6.34%, there was actually an 8% increase in purchase applications that week. So again, all that just says 6.5 or below, that's where the demand is. So if we remain above 6.5% for the rest of the week, I would expect another decline in purchase applications, which may help us build up some inventory for the time when rates do drop back below that 6.5%. Okay, let's move on to housing data. We're going to be looking here at the market action index. This is my favorite way to just get a quick glance of what the market is doing. This little graphic here tells you where the market's at. Anything below a 30, and that would be a buyer's market. Anything above, and you're just asking how much of a seller's market is it. And this graphic just takes all of this data and puts it in one easy to read little picture. And if you'd like this data anywhere in Dallas County for your city and zip code, just text or leave a comment, and you can break this down by market segment so you can see your specific price point. Let's say you're around 370,000, then you know you're this gold line. Let's say you don't want to see these others. Now you're able to see just specifically what is happening at your price point in your market, and you can look at all of these categories in depth. So if you'd like to be set up on that, just let me know. If you've got some free time, it's a lot of fun and a good way for you to keep up with your market. And this is a service that I pay for so that you can use it for free. So take advantage of it. But at a quick glance for all of Dallas County, here's what we're looking at. Median list price is continuing to climb. Same with price per square foot. Median days on market is continuing to drop. So we started here in January at a median of 56 days on market, and we're now all the way down to 28. As well as you can see the number of homes having price decreases. We started the year at 42% of homes having a weekly price drop. We're all the way down to 32%, which is a totally normal number in a normal market. The good news for everyone here is that inventory seems to have stopped dropping. Especially as a buyer, that's what you want to see. Lower inventory means more people bidding on the same few houses. So we definitely want this number to flatten out and start curving up. So that's a general idea of what all of Dallas County is looking like. But now let's move into my favorite, which is the top 10 cities, top 10 zip codes for both the hottest and coolest areas of the market. So let's start with the top 10 hottest cities in all of Dallas County, and let's see what's changed from last week. Okay, so the hottest city is still Grapevine with 79.35 market action index. So still climbing, the market is still getting hotter. You can just see by that line it's going straight up. But Grapevine, Louisville, Carrollton all held their spots. Sachse moved up one spot, so it heated up a little more. Irving as well moved up one spot. Richardson actually moves down 2 spots. Balch Springs remained the same. Coppell moves up one. Duncanville actually comes onto the list out of nowhere, onto 9th place, and Garland actually dropped 2 spots this week, so it is number 10. So these are the top 10 hottest cities, and then we like to zoom in even further and look at the specific zip codes where it's the hottest. So these are the top 10 hottest zip codes in all of Dallas County. The hottest one is 75007, then Grapevine 76051, then Irving 75063, Louisville 75067, Dallas 75252, Garland 75044, Richardson 75080, Irving 75062, Grand Prairie 75052, Sachse 75048. So if you're a seller, congratulations. These are the hottest markets, and this is ranking out of all 84 Dallas zip codes. So if you're on this list, you're top 10 out of 84. Then just for fun, we put this one on here just to see specifically which zip codes were the hottest last week. So this is weekly data where these are 90-day moving averages. These two are much more reliable. This one you may see a zip code on this week and then it may never appear again. So don't lean heavily on this, but I'll just let you take a quick look through this. I mean, Lancaster, that's a surprise. Louisville. So just check and see if your zip code is on here. Moving on, same thing, but this is our top 10 coolest markets. This is where you're going to have a buying opportunity. And surprisingly, all of the cities remained in their top 10 order. And I always just want to point out, remember, a 30 and below is a buyer's market. So even the 2 or 3 coolest markets, these are the only ones that are even close to resembling a buyer's market. But once you get to Red Oak, that's almost a 50 and up, that's still pretty firmly a seller's market, especially looking at Rowlett with a 61.33, considering the bottom of the hottest list is a 65.27. So from 61 to 65 is not a big jump, so yes, these are the coolest markets, but they're still pretty hot. Moving on to the zip codes, it looks like most of the coolest zip codes are in Dallas proper. I'll just read them real quick. So we have Ferris 75125, then we have Dallas 75212, 75235, 75209, then Seagoville 75159, then back to Dallas 75203, Sunnyvale 75182, Dallas 75230, Dallas 75220, and Dallas 75253. So if you're looking to buy in Dallas, there are a lot of zip codes that are very cool. And just very quickly looking at how specific zip codes performed just this week. Remember, 30 is a buyer's market. So basically, I mean, all of these were pretty close to buyer's market, except for maybe 35 and 38, but 33 and under, that's pretty close to a buyer's market. So if you're looking, check these zip codes out. Moving on to inventory. This is the weekly average, and this is the 90-day moving average. So this is the more reliable one, but we look to this to see if we can spot any early trends. And basically what we want is not what's happening in Grand Prairie. So things in Grand Prairie are still going straight down, but you can see on a lot of these, they are starting to flatten out and even starting to curve up. So that's what we're looking for, even on this one. Wiley, Irving, and you can really see in Rowlett starting to curve up. That's good news. So really, Carrollton looks to still be dropping. Garland, I would still call that dropping in Grand Prairie, but other than those three, inventory is starting to look good.